It just so happened that we've had some success very early, and we kind of put some added pressure on ourselves and put our names in the history books. Depends on what accomplishments you're talking about. I got quite a few. So as you see right now, I really don't see the importance until I step back and look back and say, hey man, that was a major accomplishment. 70 games is a great record to be a part of, but to say that it's above the championships and the world championships and the national championships and the gold medals, no, I'm not concerned. I think it's been a good test, a good motivation for us for the finishing of the season. I think it's kept us in sharp condition. A lot of times when you capitalize on your opportunities of winning the division, your home court advantage, and all the different things that we won, you tend to relax. Well, in this way, we can stay sharp. I imagine my minutes will diminish a little bit now, being that we accomplished this, but I want to remain playing because I think that's important to have game rhythm and game sharpness. Well, I think, he mentally he challenged us in all different ways, and that wasn't every night. We were mature and adult players, and some of us are veterans to a point where we know how to get ourselves motivated, but when we went through stretches where we really had tough times motivating ourselves, he was very good at giving us a challenge and pushing us when we needed to be pushed. And I think he has so much respect of all the players that you don't have too much rebellious attitudes. It's acceptance, it's a constructive criticism that we accept from Phil, because we feel he's a great leader and we're willing to go out and fight for him as well as for ourselves. We were very reserved a little bit. We know this is not the ultimate goal. We didn't want to get overboard in terms of our success and how we share that or experience it. But if we win a championship, you'll see a much more enthusiastic party, believe us. Depends on what accomplishments you're talking about. I got quite a few. Well, of my top 10, first championship is probably one. When we go down the list, world championship, then my national championship, then my Olympic, 84. So as you see right now, I really don't see the importance until I step back and look back and say, hey man, that was a major accomplishment. It was very similar to home games. I'm sorry, Milwaukee. We had a lot of fans, and I knew it felt like we were playing at home, but it was gratifying, no matter where we did it, to get it over and done with. And at least some Chicago people saw us. We can go back home in our own beds and celebrate with our families and our kids, and I'm looking forward to that. I think that's something that I really can say can be established. Each one of us play in our different eras with different teams with different levels of success, and to compare all of them and say one's better than the next, it's an unfair justice to the art or to the artists. Being that Magic Johnson, Wilt Chamberlain, all the guys before me were the artists of this game of basketball, and we've all learned from them and improved the picture to a certain extent. And to say that one improvement is better than all of it, it's an unfair assessment. To win 70 games, we started out to win a championship, and I think that's still our motivation. It just so happened that we've had some success very early and some dominance very early, and here we are at 70 games. And quite naturally, it's going to take some time for this to sink in, because we've been pretty much motivated for winning the championship, which is still our intent, but we just never really wanted to put so much emphasis on winning 70. I think after the time's over with and after we win a championship and have time to look back, 70 games is going to mean a lot. But right now, it's just one of those goals and those achievements in the course of a year that we must pay praise to and be very happy that we have achieved it, but we must still stay focused to try to win a championship. We came out and put a lot of pressure on ourselves to try to end the whole 70 concept right here in Milwaukee. Sorry, Milwaukee, but this is the best opportunity for us to end it was right here, and we kind of put some added pressure on ourselves, and we really didn't seem fluent in rhythm as a team. Everyone tried to do what they could to carry the load, and we ended up making it a lot harder. And Milwaukee came out with nothing to lose. Our offense really wasn't clicking, but we made some big shots. I'm not disappointed at all. I'm very happy we achieved this. Now, if 70 means you're guaranteeing us a championship, then I'll be even more happy. But we know that pressure adds from this point forward because we have put our names in the history books. And I think that's great. I want to continue to do that with the final piece of this puzzle, which is the championship. So my emotion was a little bit different. I really didn't have the same effect as winning a championship. We at least have a breather from you guys. We know it's going to heat back up and the pressure is going to increase. And I think with the breather, we be ready to answer some of the stupid questions that we're going to get.
It just hurt. Hypothetically, we could have won in any one of the games. If we played up to our capabilities, we could win this thing. It's always pressure in games, but for us, this is real life. If you're going to be exceptional, you have to think exceptional. I didn't get what I wanted, and I don't think my team got what they wanted, but we're disappointed. But it's really difficult, I think, for our team right now, because it just hurt. I think people don't understand. Sometimes they talk about how much money guys make and what commercials they do and whatever. But at times like this, I think it's really bad to be an athlete. Whether it's the Super Bowl, whether it's the World Series, whether it's the NBA Finals. I don't think people realize that you are human. You do have feelings. And you know, right now, you're kind of actually caught between a rock and a hard place because you want to say it was a great year, but you feel so bad right now. Just disappointed, hurt. And I think what disappointed us the most, I really think deep down we feel like, I'm not going to sit and say we're better than the Bulls, but I think we feel like we're just as good as they are. I think if in the 4 games we lost, hypothetically we could have won in any one of the games or all 4 of them, but it just wasn't meant to be, and we can't do anything about it but congratulate the Bulls and just try to keep your emotions under control, because right now you hurt a lot. It just didn't work out. I mean, I can't sit here and worry too much about it because it's over, but you just got to give the Bulls a lot of credit. It just didn't happen. You never can worry about shots not going in. You just shoot the ball and hope it goes in. I never worried too much about shot personally. We got some good shots. Kevin got a couple jumpers. Sometimes the ball doesn't go in, but I thought we played tremendous defense today. But we had 3 opportunities to be able to lead to 6, and we didn't. And I give John Paxson tremendous credit. He made a great shot. That hurts more than anything. We've been doing this for 6 or 7, 8 months, and it's over, just like that. I look at the Bulls and I look at us now. I think I'm proud of both teams because I think we're the only 2 teams in the league that made up their mind that they were going to the finals. I think the Bulls were on a mission to three-peat. Our only objective was, first thing I know, we're gonna go to the final. And that's a lot easier said than done. And for us to keep focused all year, I think it's a great accomplishment. But also, we didn't just want to get to the finals. We felt like if we played up to our capabilities, we could win this thing. I really felt like if the Bulls were going to win this series, they had to win today. I really believed that. And I felt like it's always pressure in games, but I don't think guys are playing under pressure. But I felt like if we were going to lose this series, it had to be today, because in a game 7, I think we would have had so much momentum going. But it was a tense situation. Every play was big, and because I heard Michael scream at Scott Williams a couple times, say every important, every possession is important. Hey, we're in the finals. We won some home games. I don't worry about stuff like that. I don't think I'm concerned about them 12 guys and the coaches in there and what they're feeling right now. That's the difference between being a player and a fan. If you're a fan, you can go back to your real life tomorrow. But for us, this is real life. We're going to have to think about this. And if you have a bad day at the office, if you come to a game and your team loses, you get to go back to your job tomorrow. Maybe that's fine. But when you lose an athletic event, it's very frustrating because that's all you got for right now. And that's the only thing that's vivid in your memory till you play again. If you're going to be exceptional, you have to think exceptional. I look at it as not good now. I might feel differently in a month or 2. But for right now, I didn't get what I wanted, and I don't think my team got what they wanted, so it really doesn't mean anything. We're just the same boat as the rest of the NBA. One team gets the big prize. Can't worry about next season right now. Everybody say you have to get to the finals and learn. I really think that's a bunch of crap because the Bulls they wanted their first time there. But I think it was fun. But we're disappointed.
I think just coming out with good energy. Defensively, they were really locked in. Starting out at a high level. The playing together. Got to find ways to, impact the game a little bit more. Melo, I thought, did a phenomenal job. Your game, trusting your feel, trusting your instincts. So it's just... And then it just trickles down. It becomes contagious. I think just coming out with good energy, starting out at a high level and just trying to hold that throughout the game.
How would you grade your game overall? I know you don't like the 5 terms.
Yeah, for sure. I think it was solid. I thought in the second half I got lost out there a little bit, watching a little too much, but got to find ways to, impact the game a little bit more. Obviously, the turnovers wasn't great, but there's definitely room for improvement, but it was fine. Yeah, I think it's been solid. That's something we worked a lot on throughout this summer and moving forward. So I think I just got to trust all the work we've been doing this summer and just keep taking the shots that are there.
How'd you feel playing against your old college teammate there?
Yeah, it was cool. Having 3 former teammates on the same team, being able to play against them at this level is pretty cool. So, I just feel blessed to have this opportunity to be able to play against them and it was pretty cool.
Great team win today. I thought everybody chipped in. I think that starting group did a great job of setting the tone. Defensively, they were really locked in, I think, to some tendencies that we talked about at shoot-around this morning. I think the playing together defensively to protect the paint. Melo, I thought, did a phenomenal job on Thompson early in the game of just like staying attached, ready for multiple ball screens and off-ball screens, contesting without fouling, and then the ball movement of that group was like really good. And then it just trickles down. It becomes contagious. And so I thought that was a really good win versus a good team on the road. And it just, again, just shows continued growth and progress from the team. Yeah, it'll be nice, I think, to get back home, rest, recover, take care of our bodies, get our minds right, have a really good practice on Monday. And then it's going to be really exciting to go to Greensboro and play a preseason game in front of our Greensboro fans and our Carolina fans. And then we have to go on the road and finish up in New York. So, Chris Gent, we're coming for you.
Not really, but, you know, it is always nice to be able to have that extra level of competition. Yeah, I mean, it was amazing. It's an incredible atmosphere, incredible arena, and, you know, it's only going to get better and better as the season gets going. That's just part of it, you know, just trusting your game, trusting your field, trusting your instincts. So it's just, you know, they probably weren't great passes, but just, you know, trying to have fun, trying to experiment, like you said, be creative. Yeah, I think it's just you got to trust it and just trust your instincts. I think it's been huge. I think team-wise, just getting a feel. I mean, it's a different game, different spacing, different level. So I think even today, just I got to find ways to help AD more, play off him a little better, help him impact the game when he's posting up, getting his ISOs and whatnot. So I got to find a way to, you know, help him a little bit more out there. Yeah, it's been huge just trying to fit together. That's what the preseason is for, just for us to come out and get that real game minutes together and kind of gel. You know, like you said, it was my roommate, so it's pretty cool just to see somebody, you know, I mean, number 4 pick is a big deal. So just being happy for him, that's somebody that's going to be a friend of mine for life. And so just happy for him. You know, I think he's in a great situation, in a great spot, and I'm just so happy for him moving forward with the opportunity that he has. It was funny. I mean, they didn't tell us anything about it till we got into the locker room right before we went out there, so it was just funny. We just had to pick a song and, you know, go with something. But, you know, I think Ryan carried us a little bit, you know, brought the energy. Him and Miles really carried us, but me and Moose were just kind of there. No, I don't dance, so you won't see much dancing from me for the rest of the year. Yeah, I mean, it's just going to open the floor for us, just being able to have that 2-man game. I mean, if we can really figure it out and get effective with it, and that means you just got to bring a lone man in for extra help, or they're just going to have to live with our guards making those plays. So I think it just opens the court up for us even more, and it just goes back to just utilizing our size and the size that we have on the court at all times, and just utilizing that to our advantage.
We prioritize winning. We want to win, and we want to win on the highest level. As a kid, you dream. Like we were just kids playing basketball. You're going to have to sacrifice. But ultimately, it's your choice. It's your life. You might not always get the results you want, but all you can control is going after it and giving it your all. Those are the minutes, those are the moments when the best players, the biggest stars, the superstars, the Hall of Fame players make their name. When you prioritize the right things, anything's possible. Feels amazing. So much weight off my shoulders, so much stress relieved. No matter what, like you go into every night wanting to win, and sometimes it just doesn't go your way. And tonight could have been one of those nights, but we found a way. I'm so proud of this group. I wouldn't have rather done it with any other group in the world. It feels good to be a champion. I'm so happy for them. They put in so much work behind the scenes that not everybody sees. Don't always get the credit, but they've done an amazing job of building an environment, a winning environment. And it's no fluke why we're here and why we have so much success and why we've grown so quickly. Those guys have done a great job of just giving us a platform to be ourselves and be great. We did so.
Yeah, the scoring title in there, that list gets even shorter. Now that you guys have crossed the finish line, are you able to wrap your head around?
It's hard to believe that I'm part of that group. It's hard to even fathom that I'm that type of basketball player sometimes. As a kid, you dream, and every kid dreams, but you don't ever really know if it's going to come true. And I'm just glad and happy that my dreams have been able to come true, and that's a thank you to everyone that's been in my corner that's helped me get here. I wouldn't be able to done without them. They know exactly who they are. So yeah, it's a win for the family. We prioritize winning. We don't prioritize anything else in this game. We want to win, and we want to win on the highest level. And that looks like something new every night, every opponent, every arena. And that's all we focused on this whole season. No matter if it was game 1, game 45, or game 105, we prioritized winning. And because we did so, we won on the highest level. I couldn't imagine playing the biggest game of my life and something like that happening. It's so unfortunate. It's not fair. The competition isn't fair sometimes. The future's bright. That team's going to be really good for a long time. Yeah, it's something that I definitely got as I've gotten older. Coaches worked
worked with me on that a lot over the past three or 4 years. Still can be better at. It's an emphasis of mine. Those are the minutes, those are the moments when the best players, the biggest stars, the superstars, the Hall of Fame players make their name. And I want to have that name. I want to have those titles attached to my name. So those moments, those minutes are very important to me, and I try to excel in them for sure. Yeah, like you said, I haven't even thought that far ahead. Definitely still have room to grow. And that's the fun part of this. So many of us can still get better. It's not very many of us on the team that are quote unquote in our prime or even close to it. So we have a lot of room to grow individually and as a group, and I'm excited for the future of this team. But this is a great start for sure. Couldn't imagine it any other way. It was impressive, but I think the most impressive part is the group that did it. Our togetherness on and off the court, how much fun we have. It made it so much easier, and it made it feel like we were just kids playing basketball. It was so fun. All the achievements and the accolades and things, like, they don't even come close to like the satisfaction of like just winning with your brothers and people that you are so close to and want to succeed just as much as you want yourself to succeed. So that's been the most impressive and most fun part of it. I have 15 brothers that I just experienced a once-in-a-lifetime experience with, and I'll never forget them. They'll never forget me. You're gonna have to sacrifice, but ultimately it's your choice. It's your life. If you want something, go get it. You can if you want it, and it's that simple. You might not always get the results you want, but all you can control is going after it and giving it your all and see where that takes you. That's all I did. When you prioritize the right things, and when you have good intentions, good people around you, anything's possible. And throughout this whole process, Sam has done a really good job of just like being honest and upfront, not only myself, but the rest of the group. 3 years ago, like, he came into the room and said, I think this is just when Chet got hurt in the summertime. And he was like, all the noises that we're gonna tank again because Chet got hurt. And he said, like, our destiny is what we make it, and no one else can control that. And that message like struck with me ever since that. We can do whatever we want to do out there. Just like how we've all got to the NBA, no matter what anybody says, no matter who's hurt or who's not. And I think that talk stuck in my head, and I think a few of the other guys as well. And it's a big part of why we're here. Whether that was me playing in space or it was them not letting me play in space and some of my teammates open, just trying to make the right basketball play. I do whatever it takes to win at the end of the night. I got enough done.
Traumatic day. The moment that I went down to, it was tough to process in that moment for sure. I had to accept it. It's been a long journey. Like, some days are just better than others. No pressure. Nah, I don't care who we play. Just feeling like a basketball player.
What did you learn about the outlook for your recovery and the kind of procedure he was able to do?
It was a traumatic day. The moment that I went down to meeting days after that, something I remember very vividly. It just all kind of happened so fast. What you expect. I was focusing on trying to win another championship, and then the next day you in surgery and you got this big ass splint on your foot. So it all just kind of happened so fast, and it was tough to process in that moment for sure. No pressure. I've stated that. There's no pressure to return back any sooner than when I'm 100% healthy. No pressure from Brad, Joe, the team, the organization. The most important thing is that I'm 100% recovered and healthy. I think the silver lining in the relationship that we have, or I have with those guys, we all truly understand what each other is going through. Different stages in our career, different ages. We all can put ourselves in each other's shoes. And I think the cool part is the brotherhood part of the NBA and those conversations of truly rooting for one another and wanting each other to overcome what we all are dealing with. And I think that is special. You're not always in that situation, especially with guys from different teams, but it's like, we all understand each other, and each person is going through, truly want the best for each guy. Nah, I don't care who we play. It's gonna be a home game. Yeah, I'm in a really good spot. It'll be 5 months tomorrow. So how has it been? It's been a long journey. For me, there's been bright spots, and getting back on the court, participating in a basketball workout was definitely one of the more bright spots of this journey. It just felt really good to be on the court and dribbling the basketball, going through a workout. Just feeling like a basketball player again. Figuring it out as I go. Still very much a part of the team, being at practice and at the games and things like that. Obviously, won't be able to participate during practice, but just being integrated and being around as much as I can. Still while rehabbing and getting myself right. This is like different phases of it. The toughest part was at the beginning, just kind of being in disbelief. I had to accept it. I think at the moment I accepted that this happened and this was going to be a part of my life and my journey, I started to see a turning point, but then you're on crutches and you have a scooter and a boot, and then you drop one crutch and then you drop both crutches. And I think at that point, things that you take for granted, you walking around and my hands were free, that made me feel a little bit more normal. Getting out of the boot made all the difference. Weightlifting workouts start to feel a lot more normal. Last week I've been on the court. Now it's a tough spot to be in because the team is practicing tomorrow and I won't be able to be out there. So I'm certain that, when the season starts and I'm not out there, that'll be mentally challenging. But, you just try to look for bright days. And I think today is cool, being at my 9th media day. It's my 9th year in the league. It's a lot of things to be proud of and excited about. I think tomorrow will be tough when practice starts and I won't be able to be out there. So I would say it's like this process is a lot of that. Like, some days are just better than others and you just got to be able to balance that.